There are no beginnings or endings to the turning of the wheel of time, but this is a beginning. So everything is over. Pretty much everyone is gone. That was absolutely an incredible experience. Spoiler-free review. Wow, the casting is on point. Everybody in the main characters, especially, they embody their characters so much. All the concerns about this person's height, that person's hair color, etc., etc. I just forget all that. It is completely meaningless when you see them on screen. It's like that's who they are. Casting is flawless. The production quality was out of this world. There were a number of very small, subtle changes that you might miss if you're not paying attention, and there are things that will have repercussions later on in the series. So I'm very curious to see how they will handle it. But that's part of the fun of this new adaptation of this new medium. That it's not exactly the same thing, and we as fans have this opportunity to theorize and wonder and question and discuss with each other how they're going to do it, what's going to happen. It's fresh, and it's amazing. So, if I understand correctly, you've never read the books before.
No, I've only heard maybe 2 hours worth of audiobook, and there are very different parts of the book.
Okay. So, as somebody who has no prior expectations, what are your thoughts?
I was absolutely blown away. It was well done, very well done. There were like parts where I just like grabbed his hand really hard because it was really intense, and it was just out of all of the different fantasy genres I've watched, I really enjoyed this a lot.
Great.
Didn't really know what was going on in terms of like plot, but it was still really amazing.
All right.
I'm scared of Trollocs now.
So you told me before that you haven't read any of the books.
Nope.
So as a complete noob, what were your thoughts? Spoiler free. Spoiler free.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely loved it. Thought it was fantastic and really the best possible answer to Game of Thrones for fantasy and television. Thought the world building was really cool. Obviously, I feel a little bit lost and a little bit confused at this point, but it definitely set the stage for a lot to come. And really excited to watch episode 3 on Friday and rest of the season. So very excited.
Right. Welcome to the fandom.
Music was phenomenal too.
Yes.
I was a huge fan of the music. And that's always key.
So you've never read the books before?
I've never read the books
You had no
before.
expectations going in whatsoever?
No expectations going in, but I'd seen the trailers, so I was excited. And I think I was absolutely blown away by the production. I felt that the chemistry between Moiraine and Lan was just masterful in terms of the acting, and the action scenes were amazing. The characters are really developing, so I'm really excited to keep watching.
It was a lot more heart-wrenching than I thought it was going to be. It's the Wheel of Time brought to life. Like, I don't know what else to say. There's no other way. I look forward to everyone seeing it in a couple of days so that we got to talk about it. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I think I really enjoyed it. I think the special effects were fantastic and amazing as expected. I think the story stayed as true as possible to the books. Some of the changes I wasn't expecting, but there wasn't anything that I don't think wasn't in the spirit of the books.
Great. Anything else to add?
I don't think so, but everybody should definitely check it out. I don't think it's going to let anybody down.
Wonderful.
Far exceeded my expectations. The soundtrack is incredible. The quality is something I have never, ever seen before in television at all. And I would even say rivals some films, from sets to setting. And all of the kids can act their asses off. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 10. And with the changes too, there are some changes that have been speculated. They're there, but they work. They're done well and with respect for the material. As far as kids friendly, I'm going to get into it in depth, in detail with John, but no.
It was just insanely. Wait, should I put this in the back? It was immersive.
Immersive. Yeah.
It's definitely.
Did you love it?
Yes, definitely. Problem. It is my favorite TV show. It's scary without being too scary. It's too scary.
I know it's gonna take me a little adjustment. There were some changes I wasn't expecting from the books, but they're trying to fit so much stuff into as they say onto the screen, so it's expected. Not bad changes. Just saying, there are changes. Expect something different. It's good stuff. I will be watching every little bit that is to come.
I really loved it. There were some changes, but every change that I saw made sense, and I can see how it was made to adapt it to a visual medium, and I think that was the most impressive thing, was how they took something that didn't necessarily lend itself well, internal monologues, worked their way really well into this wide world that they showed us, which I really enjoyed. I thought they did a really good job of that.
I loved it. Like, I'm still processing like some of the subtle changes, but I'm not gonna go into any of that. But I really loved it. It was amazing to see like Moraine in action and Lan with his sword and all of the characters that I've loved for so long, like finally coming to life. It was really amazing.
Ditto and love it, Flail! It was really awesome to see how they adapted it to the stream, because I was curious how they would condense it to such a small amount of time. So it was really amazing.
I thought it was amazing. I just loved every second of it. I thought it was magnificent. I thought they captured the characters beautifully. The action sequences were amazing. The acting was incredible. There were certainly changes, but I think they were made to accentuate the drama and condense it to a TV form, and I just was blown away.
I thought it was incredible. It was fresh and yet familiar. It was powerful. It was really just emotionally moving and exciting, and just really enjoyed it. It was tremendous.
Wow. I think for waiting for over 29 years, it was still well worth the wait.
Well, definitely met expectations, like 100%. I'm only on the 5th book right now, so I kind of feel a bit inspired to read on. And just finish it.
Words to live by.
I kind of really loved it. I think I had some qualms about some of the changes, but I think I just need to let them set in. But I kind of got the atmosphere of it. It looked amazing. I think that was one of the big things. The music, I think the soundtrack worked really well, and the scenes, and especially the Two Rivers or Emmons Field. I think they really knocked that stuff out of the park, and it made me feel like I'm actually in the Wheel of Time. So I loved it.
Thank